Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Duke and Dutch Show. Today, we are talking about very unprecedented times here, where there has been a drone strike on a Venezuelan boat, bringing in drugs by narco-terrorists from Venezuela, and about how the left is going to melt down about this.
Because, clearly, why would you want to hurt them and stop them?
Well, yeah, this is a boat. Apparently,
Looks like one.
Drug traffickers bringing in fentanyl and other harmful drugs and narcotics from South America. And they were hit before they could reach U.S. shores to put poison onto our streets. Now, people would say, well, how would this possibly be a problem? But because Donald Trump is in office, we have liberals defending the narco-terrorists. They have rights. They should be allowed to poison American citizens. They should be allowed to have people fall into addiction and depravity and all that stuff because, hey, they're humans, they're citizens too. Why do we have borders? Let everybody come in. Let them do whatever they want.
Yeah. Now, apparently, it's a war crime. Get out of here, man. I didn't know that they were calling it that.
Then we have the Vice President, J.D. Vance, saying killing cartel members who poison our fellow citizens is the highest and best use of our military. Then we have Brian Krassenstein. Oh, obviously, we've talked about this. I love the Krassensteins. I haven't been banned by Brian yet. Ed, his brother, I've been banned by. Can't see his tweets. I still see Brian's. Good for this situation. Killing the citizens of another nation who are... Let me roll that back real quick. Killing the citizens of another nation who are civilians without any due process is called a war crime. And we have J.D. Vance saying, I don't give a shit what you call it. Now, obviously, this is a pretty based response from J.D. Vance, is saying, listen, I don't really care what you call it. We have Nick Sorter saying, laughing my ass off. J.D. Vance woke up and chose violence against Brian Krassenstein today. Freaking love it. Which I think it's a good, positive thing.
Stand up.
Brian Krassenstein is always going to be clutching his pearls here. This is a really quick clip from CNN with Scott Jennings. And my favorite guy, Jake Tapper. Love Jake Tapper. Whole book about Biden. Love the book about Biden. Love it.
Great journal.
Is the highest and best use of our military. To which a dictator, Brian Krassenstein, responded, killing the citizens of another nation who are civilians without any due process is called a war crime. And then J.D. Vance responded, quote, I don't give a shit what you call it. Scott Jennings.
Thanks.
Well, I'll give you my political view of how I think most Americans are going to view it, and most Republicans certainly, and that is that societal decline is a choice. And when you let people come into the country by the millions, when you let drugs flow over the border, and you just say, well, let's just get them here and then see how the bureaucracy sorts it out, most people want a more aggressive response. Societal decline is a choice, and they see this illegal immigration problem and this drug flow problem as part of overall societal decline, and they are hoping and looking for and happy with Trump and Vance taking a muscular response to this. Well, these are transnational terrorist organizations.
I agree with that statement.
We have to stop thinking...
Scott Jennings is the most base guy on CNN, by far.
I agree with those statements.
These people,
I think it's something that's been wanted. We need action.
Just jaywalkers. They're not. They're terrorists. If Middle Eastern terrorists were on a boat trying to come into the United States with materials that would kill hundreds of thousands or millions of people, we would bomb them into the Stone Age or into the bottom of the ocean, which is what we did with this boat. We have to think of them that way. They are terrorists. They're coming to terrorize our communities, kill our children, and create societal decline in the United States. That is what we have to reframe our thinking on them.
Well, let me ask you this.
Again, another accurate statement.
Yeah. I think so.
We have people that are clearly and intentionally trying to cause chaos.
And a societal decline. You're trying to flood you're trying to flood the United States with drugs. You're going to get people addicted to these things. And it's
ignore it and hope it figures itself out?
I mean, the fentanyl crisis, people are dying in the millions from fentanyl.
Oh, yeah.
So, is this not a proper response? It's not a proper use of our military. Obviously, for pearl clutchers, and really Brian Krassenstein and his brother as well. They're, all they're trying to do is they're just trying to get revenue from X.
It's a nonsense statement, though.
No, they get revenue from X for trying to be divisive, and that's all they want to try to do. They don't care if
they're going to comment.
Unless it comes into their neighborhood or into their family, they're not going to care about this. You know, all they do is they try to the little pot stirs and stuff like that. But
how do you look at this and see anything negative? The prevention and stopping of however much fentanyl and illegal crime and trafficking into our great nation somehow is negative.
It's a very direct response, and it will probably deter a lot of other people from trying to bring drugs in here. I think, you know.
I think it sends the right.
If it's at the risk of your own life, I don't think you're going to do it.
Stop doing it. Yeah. We don't want it here. Stop doing it. And like we talked about in other previous segments, there's a lot of countries out there that are taking the stance at this point. It's not just an original American idea. You know, there are a lot of countries.
We just talked about
enough is enough.
The 23-year-old law student who tried to bring cocaine into Dubai, and now she's facing 25 years to life. So just don't do it.
Chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan, where people thought they had intelligence on an Afghan van or truck, and the Americans struck it, and it turned out it was just an innocent family. I mean, that is the difference between summary execution by the military and extraditing and arresting. So
all I want to say is that these people had no problem with the bomber-in-chief, Obama, who drone striked and bombed Syria, Lebanon, Libya. I mean, nobody had a problem with that. Nobody said anything about that.
Due process.
No, there was no due process, but you don't need it. The commander-in-chief.
He did it without.
But nobody. There was no liberal outrage over that. I didn't see anybody crying about that. I remember reading that in the paper when I was in college. I was like, "Oh my God, we're gonna go to war. This is insane." He was the most liberal. He threatened to bomb the Jonas Brothers the one time for hitting on his daughters. It's like, you know, that's how liberal he was with the bombs, and yet nobody cared. Nobody cried about it. Orange man bad. Orange man bad.
While there's no reason that I know of as of now to think this was anything other than what the Trump administration says it was, it is always possible that the best men and women on the job might make a mistake, and you can't take it back when it's an execution.
It is
possible everywhere.
But at the same time, if you have faith in the military and faith in our intelligence services and faith in the people running them, and I do, then you have to trust that when they say, look, here comes a boatload of drug dealers who are coming to terrorize our communities. Yeah. I mean, at some point, this is why we elect governments, and this is why those governments have military and intelligence structures to perform these kinds of operations. And I think the American people have been crying out for some kind of more muscular response, and they're willing to take the risk if it saves lives.
I agree on the muscular response.
Yeah, I agree with it too.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that statement again.
But of course, not everybody is going to agree. Brian Krassenstein, actually, listen, I'm sure for this guy, man, it's a wet dream for him to get responded to by JD Vance. He clamors on Twitter. You know, his account started as a Jonas Brothers account, actually. That's how he got his following.
But then he labels it as cursed me out. Like, you didn't get cursed out, man.
Relax. I mean, I guess maybe kind of. That's like
very loose definition of it. Shit, come
on.
I
forget. I forget if he was the Justin Bieber account or he was the Jonas Brothers account. But that's how him and his brother got started on Twitter.
I don't know.
They amassed 500,000 followers for being a Jonas Brothers account or a Justin Bieber account. Then they switched over to politics because nobody cares about these stupid clowns. These guys are they're stupid clowns. I've been threatened to. Actually, Brian hasn't threatened to. Ed's threatened to sue me. Brian hasn't. So,
good.
To be fair to Brian, he hasn't threatened to sue me. That's because I, Simon Godek and all that, and his teen porn accounts.
Oh well. So
I don't want to get into that, but yeah, let's. I got a little bone to pick with the Krassensteins, but I think a lot of people do because they're little whiny liberal bitches, but.
But I don't think JD Vance had an inappropriate response to this because he was reaching out for some clout. He was reaching out for a reaction. He got a reaction.
Don't say that. Yeah, you got to hear what Mr. Brian Krassenstein has to say. You got to hear what he has to say first.
Let's hear it.
The Vice President of the United States just...
This isn't edited, by the way. This is his real voice. It's not edited.
cursed me out for calling out his breaking of international law. As you know, 3 days ago, the Trump administration attacked a boat filled with 11 Venezuelan citizens, allegedly carrying illegal substances to another
Such a fucking clown.
nation. In doing so, they took the lives of all 11 citizens on board. J.D. Vance tweeted, "Unaliving cartel members who poison our fellow citizens is the highest and best use of our military." I then called him out, saying, "Unaliving the citizens of another nation who are civilians without any due process is called a war crime." His alarming response to me, an American citizen, "I don't give a shit what you call it."
Yep.
Well, Mr.
You've
Vice
gone over
President,
this?
I do care, and I told you what I think. Taking the lives of 11 people.
What's up?
Yeah, hold on. Is he just erasing the fact that these citizens of another country are trying to come into our country committing crimes? Like, he's just kind of overstepping that little big hump there, huh? Like, he's talking about these, oh yeah, they're just here, visiting, catching up with friends and family.
Would you
And we're just-
believe?
no due process.
Would you believe
Like,
that the Krassenstein brothers might be dishonest actors trying to just rage bait
Like,
people
are you
on
just
X and on
forgetting
Twitter?
that these people are doing crimes? Okay.
Well, the framing of that is not as good. The framing of their citizens, they're not narco terrorists, is a lot better.
Yeah.
And that's all this guy, he peddles
They're
this
citizens
information, he lies.
They're still committing
He's a
crimes.
little slimy, wormy type of guy, as you can kind of tell,
In this way could be classified as an extrajudicial crime under international human rights law, potentially exposing those who do it, U.S. officials like yourself, to responsibility. Good luck in 2029.
You got him, buddy. You got him. Look at this little fucking guy. He got him. Got him.
Idea what the penalty for such a crime could be?
Got him. Wow, aren't you so impressive,
for him
little
to try and link
little
anything
buddy.
like that to war crimes is definitely excessive.
Listen, man.
It's nowhere near it.
He's not messing around.
We're protecting our borders, and they were viewed as committing crimes while attempting to cross our borders. So
This
our
is
military
this is
handled
a
the situation.
listen. This is a serious face right now. You can see a serious face. He's angrier about this than his wife's boyfriend. He's angrier about this than anything that Obama,
I really
all the bombing Obama's ever done.
Maybe I'm missing it. Maybe it's going over my head, but I don't understand why has this view.
He's
I
angrier
don't know if
about
it's
this
just
than when
PDS, or I don't know if it's just another chapter in that, but like it's just.
he's angry about
Why?
this when Hugh Grant got cast as the Oompa Loompas in the new
what
Willy
could possibly
Wonka.
be the negative of getting rid of
Because
a notorious drug chemical substance
there's
has unalived a lot of U.S. citizens.
he's just an angry.
How is that a negative?
An angry little guy.
Explain it to me. How is that a negative?
Let's hear him out.
Vice President J.D. Vance told me yesterday.
He's gonna go over the same thing again because he's gonna pretend he's really butthurt about it, but he's really actually happy because now this gives him content.
Gives him content.
When it comes to killing foreign citizens without due process, quote, "I don't give a shit."
Narco terrorists who are trying to bring fentanyl and other drugs into our country to poison American citizens, but you go on about how they are.
Yes, let's label it.
They are technically
citizens somewhere.
They are technically citizens of another country. So, you're not wrong. You're just
so that excuses their behavior.
No, he's not wrong. He's entirely disingenuous.
What you call it. Let me be clear. This is not America. America was built in the rule of law, on due process, and on the.
Yes, we should give these people who are trying to. Everyone should get due process. Yeah.
Belief that government power must be restrained by justice. Killing civilians without evidence or trial is what dictators do, not what America should ever stand for. Even Rand Paul agrees with me, and I've had countless Republicans who typically disagree with everything I say contact me and tell me that they too
Pics didn't happen. Let me see the pics.
disagreed with Vance's response and were disgusted by it.
Maybe
And
he's
here's the
gonna
truth. If J.D.
Everyone's gonna
Vance
get
thinks
2 people on the
cursing on
Senate
Twitter
court.
makes him tough,
Whatever.
it doesn't. It makes him look like Trump's angry intern.
He knows he's a tough guy. Brian Krassenstein's a tough guy.
America deserves
He's a
so
definition.
much better. Worse,
Listen,
every time JD Vance.
I got 100 followers on Twitter. I don't really post.
Whoa.
I don't really post very often. I know I'm blocked by his brother. He's one of the only people I've ever been blocked by. I never even directly...
you never mentioned it.
Never directly responded to his brother. But,
You never mentioned it.
I didn't? Oh. Let me go off about it again.
Dismisses human rights and international
Tough
law.
guys. These are tough
weakens
guys.
America's credibility abroad. Our allies see recklessness instead of leadership, and our adversaries see an opening to exploit.
Venezuela is not our ally. Just so you know. They had a very loose election where they elected a socialist, and now it is kind of China and Russia's journey to the West. They can have a foothold there. We're not friends with Venezuela. I don't know what he's talking about.
A vice president who treats war crimes like a joke doesn't just embarrass himself.
So what happened with Obama when he bombed Libya? When he bombed Syria? Where were you on that?
Yeah.
Did you ever... Obama is your best guy,
It's funny,
man.
his stance wasn't the same when that was
No,
happening.
it wasn't. No, it's weird. It's almost like you have an agenda that you want to push. We've been critical of Trump on this program. I am not above saying that Trump is not infallible and that Trump has done things I don't personally agree with, specifically regarding Israel. I don't think you would ever get this out of this guy.
This is something that needs to be done by any leader leading the United States.
Nobody's
They need to
approach.
protect our land. They need to stop invaders. They need to stop people trying to harm us.
Yeah, I think
and this is an example of that.
I think Brian Krassenstein is saying here, I love the drug dealers that come into my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Puts America's reputation, security, and moral authority on the line. So, JD Vance, I don't care what you say to me, but
you're the expert on moral authority, mister. I'm going to run a Justin Bieber account and then flip it around when I got 500,000 viewers so I can then start posting all politics, and I'm not paid off by the DNC. I don't know if he's paid off by the DNC, but I would suspect. Allegedly.
That's not true accusation. Yeah,
no, it's possible. Listen, like, this guy is such a shill. I would not doubt it. I don't have concrete proof of that, but I wouldn't doubt it.
The American people care what you say, and we will remind you that time and time again throughout the next 3.5 years.
I'm sure you will, because that's how you get paid. Yeah. That's how you get all your money, Mr. Krassenstein.
It's just another example of nonsense. Yeah, nonsense media.
But just so I'm unbiased, so I don't want to appear like I'm just coming off like I hate the Krassensteins, even though I would say I strongly dislike them, but hate's a strong word. This was him when, a month ago, Trump met with Vladimir Putin in Alaska. They should have had snipers in Anchorage, Alaska, ready to take him out as soon as he shrugged. This is your
stance on that, yeah.
Your moral authority, sir. Your moral authority.
So clearly, this is somebody we should be.
No, of course, this is somebody we should definitely take seriously.
Listening. Take it to heart for sure.
It's not a clout goblin. It's not somebody who obviously, if it supports their political agenda. And you know what the sick thing is I don't know this for a fact, so I'll say allegedly. This guy loves Trump. Because you know what? The more he bashes Trump, the more engagement he gets. So,
definitely
Brian Krassenstein, moron of the day. I think it's I don't give these rankings
his
out.
Argument is definitely.
This is the moron finder. This is his expertise. He finds morons. Brian Krassenstein, moron of the day. I'd say very deserved, but I don't know. What do you think about it? Really, it's like
I think it's an accurate take.
I think it's accurate.
It's a nonsense argument on his part. Again, I don't understand how you find anything negative. Like, you're nitpicking at this point if you're going to find something negative in us protecting our borders.
You're taking out narco-terrorist cartel members, and you're like, well, but they were people too. Yes, they were people. Yeah. I give you that. Yes, they were people.
But again, they made bad choices.
Who made really bad choices, and were obviously they probably couldn't have foreseen the ramifications that happened, because we normally don't bomb boats that are bringing in drugs. But, I mean, hey, it's a very strong deterrent. It really is. But Brian Krassenstein,
satellites and everything, it's not like they're going unnoticed. Yeah. We definitely see them. It's just whether we actually do something about them or not, because satellite imaging is always available.
Brian Krassenstein here, he's going to disagree, and he says, I think they should be allowed to bring all the drugs they want because they're citizens of some place, which, hey, it's a take.
Horrible take.
It's a take.
It's a horrible take. But yeah. Anyway, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Let us know what your take is on this. Like, hey, do you really follow his views? And if so, why? Like, can you give me any reason
you're
as
watching,
to why there should be anything negative about this? I'm still asking.
If you're following Brian Krassenstein, man, this is not the program for you. It's not. So
I'd really like to hear it. I don't mind listening. I'd really like to hear it.
You can argue with us, but like, this is not the program for you. It's like it's not. I'm like, jeez. But yeah, let us know.
Like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, definitely.